Manny Pacquiao said, I'm a congressman. I have opportunities after boxing is over. This is all that he does. He literally said, what if I lose? He said that to me. And I was like, what? Hell no, he did not. He did not win that fight. Pacquiao was all over him. I mean, he got thoroughly beat, thoroughly beat decision-wise on that fight. I don't know what he was talking about when he said everybody knows he won the fight.
It was really hard for me to give Mario rounds. I thought that, Manny is a systematic fighter. He works, jab, 1-2s. He's always leading with the straight left. I don't feel like Mario took control, took charge at any points. I don't know if he outlanded them at any point in any rounds. It was hard. It's really hard to see from where I was at. But all in all, I just felt like it was, if you had a meter, it was really swaying Manny's way the whole way. So I don't know, man. I think it's bad judging.
Stephen A. Smith is calling out the judges, claiming Manny Pacquiao was robbed in his fight against Mario Barrios. A draw that shocked fans and raised serious questions about boxing's integrity. Was this a fair result or a case of judging gone wrong? The controversy is real, and Stephen A. Smith is not staying silent.
Absolutely not. It was a bogus decision. The thing that I'm depressed about right now is the fact that I don't have the 3 names and a mugshot of each of those officials for the crime that they committed by robbing Manny Pacquiao tonight.
The return of Manny Pacquiao was nothing short of historic. 46 years old, 4 years out of the ring, and stepping straight into a title fight. Fans were on their feet, the energy was electric. But once the final bell rang and the decision was announced, a draw, controversy exploded. Many, including Stephen A. Smith, believe Pacquiao was outright robbed.
Especially off the 3-year layoff, especially at 147, especially off a loss, and especially not going to a majority draw. This is a win for Manny Pacquiao. I'm just going to say it tonight.
Even veteran voices in the sport didn't hold back. Teddy Atlas, never one to sugarcoat, made his stance crystal clear when speaking on the outcome.
Some people were saying there was a fight that happened that night that we'll talk about in a minute. That was a horrible robbery.
Strong words, especially from someone who's seen it all. And he wasn't the only one speaking out. But Teddy Atlas didn't just react, he went off. Known for his brutal honesty and deep passion for the sport, Atlas spoke from the soul about what went down in the Pacquiao versus Barrios decision.
And I thought it was just another injustice of scoring that we see too often in boxing, way too often. And it just burns me. It really does, because it's like we get numb to it. It's like after a while, well, it's boxing, it's okay. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. It's wrong. You're robbing somebody. It's even worse than if you're doing it in baseball or another sport. You know why? Because in those other sports, when they go into their arena of play, they're going home to their family whole. When you go into the arena of play in my business, in our business, you might not go home whole.
This wasn't just a bad scorecard to him. It was a disgrace to the sport. A decision that disrespected the risk fighters take every time they step in that ring. And when someone like Teddy says that, the boxing world better listen. While the crowd screamed robbery, former world champ Chris Algieri gave a balanced but passionate take on the legendary return. He didn't deny the nostalgia hit fans hard, but he made one thing clear.
Everyone's screaming robbery, and I understand. I mean, the nostalgia of watching Manny Pacquiao go out there and do what he did. I mean, he was absolutely incredible for his age. This version of Manny Pacquiao, which it was so amazing to watch. I mean, what a legend. For him to be able to do what he did at this advanced age, come back from a 4-year hiatus, has a fun 4 years, step right into a 12-round.
Off a loss, by the way.
And look that damn good. And listen, I know you're gonna be like, oh, he didn't, he looked okay. Barrios didn't look good at all. Doesn't matter. Against Ugas, he didn't look good. Pacquiao looked bad in the Ugas fight. He looked good in this fight. So I don't know. I'm over the moon for Manny Pacquiao. People were going nuts all week long. It felt like a real fight week. Manny Pacquiao's back. Manny Pacquiao can still fight. Manny Pacquiao's still dangerous.
Algieri was in the building. He felt the energy. 13,000 fans packed the MGM, and Manny delivered. Not just for a 46-year-old, for any fighter. The man still moves the needle. But when it came down to the actual decision, Algieri kept it real. No blind loyalty, no sugarcoating. And while he didn't scream robbery, he still called it what it was.
I mean, listen, the guy, I can heap undue. There's not enough undue praise or enough praise I can put on this guy. That would be unfair. He's absolutely incredible to still be able to do this. He still moves the needle. I was there. I was in the room. I think they said it was 13,000 in there, something like that. When they said the press release, it was packed.
It was close, weird rounds, and Barrios landed his jabs. But in the eyes of a fighter like Algieri, it's clear. Manny did more than enough to win, or at least deserve better than a draw. And that sets the stage for what could be the most talked about rematch in years. Even the current kings of the sport are weighing in. An undisputed lightweight champ, Devin Haney, didn't mince words when asked who he thought edged it in the ring.
Devin, what you think, Devin? Who won, Devin?
I think Manny won 7-5.
Short, direct, and coming from one of boxing's most calculated technicians, that scorecard hits different. Haney saw what many did, a legend doing enough to win and yet walking away without the victory. Even Floyd Mayweather's own son had something to say about the Pacquiao versus Barrios showdown, and his reaction might surprise you. When asked how he scored the fight, he didn't hesitate.
Barrios, Pacquiao 4 rounds, Barrios everything else. Yeah, that's how I seen it. But it was a great fight. Yeah, it was a great fight. Pacquiao looked a little slow, but that's because of age. But other than that, he did great. Great fight.
So you got Barrios winning?
Oh yeah, Barrios winning.
Yeah.
Clear and confident, he saw Barrios edging it. But the real headline came when talk turned to the one thing the world still whispers about. Pacquiao versus Mayweather second.
People wanted him to win because they want the rematch with your father, Mayweather. Is that still on the table after this? What do you think?
I don't know. You gotta ask him.
Is the door cracking open for a historic rematch? Only Floyd knows, but the buzz is officially back. Is the rematch everyone's been dreaming of back on the table? Even Floyd's son hinted that people were pulling for Pacquiao just to set it up. And after the fight, all eyes turned to the legend himself. When asked point blank if his performance was enough to lure Mayweather out of retirement, Manny didn't dodge it.
Do you feel like that this version of you beats the version of Floyd Mayweather that exists today?
You know, it's hard to talk about the fighter who retired already. If he comes out and go sign the contract and we'll fight. I mean, let's fight again if he wants. I have no problem with that. I'm active now. I don't pick my opponent. I don't, I fight them all in my weight division.
Pacquiao just called him out. No games, no excuses. The ball's in Floyd's court now. Fresh off the chaos of the decision, Leo Santa Cruz gave a calm and honest take. No controversy, no drama, just respect for a legend and a fair assessment.
Yeah, it was pretty even, Manny Pacquiao is a legend, but I think it was a draw. Yeah, it was good.
Do you want to see him back in the ring after this?
I think his age is already, when you get older, your body gets tired, so I think he is retired already.
Santa Cruz saw the effort, saw the skill, but also saw a close fight. No robbery in his eyes, just two men putting it all out there. And while he admired Manny's heart, he acknowledged the obvious. Age is no longer just a number. But then came the question that's been haunting fans for years. Could we finally see Mayweather versus Pacquiao II? And Leo didn't hesitate.
Then I think it's going to be a good fight, but I think it's just for show and yeah, I would like to see it.
Even with both fighters past their prime, the name value alone is enough to light up the sport. And if someone like Leo Santa Cruz wants it, you can bet the fans do too. Sometimes the rawest reactions come from the ones closest to the ring, and no one felt this fight deeper than Manny's own son. Standing by his father's side post-fight, he voiced what millions around the world were already thinking.
Jim, how did your father do?
Good.
Yeah? Are you happy with the results?
Well, not really happy with the draw, but I thought he got a 7-5. So
yeah.
Were they impressed about the way that your dad?
Oh yeah,
fought?
for sure.
Everybody out here, everybody's saying that they thought your dad won. What did you think when you heard the decision?
Yeah, I thought he did win. I thought it was a 7-5 fight. So I thought it should have been my dad.
No outrage, no drama, just quiet conviction. He saw his father control the pace, land clean, and bring the fire. The draw, disappointing, but the performance, vintage and deeply personal. But as proud as he was, there was a real sense of concern too. Not from a fan's lens, but from a son's heart.
Want your father to go from this, man? Other than rest, you know?
Right now, he should focus on getting rest, you know. But he is 46 now, so like me personally, you know, I love him. And I just want him to be safe. I don't want him to take any more punishment.
That's the emotional crossroads the Pacquiao family in the boxing world now faces. Pride in the legend's return, but the reality that every great run eventually has to end. While the boxing world debates scorecards and controversy, Manny Pacquiao's daughters reminded everyone what truly matters. After the dust settled, their message was simple but powerful.
How'd your dad do? Are you happy with your dad? I'm so proud of him. Are you happy with your dad? Yeah? Are you happy with your dad, Michael?
No talk of robbery, no frustration, just pure love and pride for their father, the legend who once again defied time and expectations on the world stage. As the boxing world digested the shock draw between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios, the reactions came pouring in, but few hit harder than ESPN's own Stephen A. Smith. This wasn't just post-fight analysis, it was an exposure, not just of the scorecards, but of a system that once again failed one of boxing's greatest. Stephen A. didn't hold back, and he wasn't just talking punches and rounds.
The greatest fighters we've ever seen, never ran from anybody, had completely respected the sport of boxing, was an ultimate champion, and I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth.
He was talking legacy, and then he went deeper. Beyond the ring, beyond the decision. He painted a picture of the man behind the gloves.
When people talk about Manny Pacquiao and they say stuff like, well, he's fighting for money. I would like y'all to know that there are people who line up in the streets of the Philippines just to come get some money from him. He's very charitable.
Oh, yeah.
That's why money was compromised, because he's a giver. He's a special dude. I'm a miss him.
This wasn't just about a fight being stolen. This was about character being disrespected, about a living legend, a global icon, being shortchanged in front of the world. And that's where the outrage begins. Because when a fighter gives the sport everything, his youth, his blood, his pride, only to be handed a draw that felt more like a dismissal, that's not just bad judging, that's robbery.
To say is that I don't care. And the reason that I don't care is because everybody has an opinion, number one. Number two, I get paid for mine. Number three, and most importantly, it's my opinion based on the facts as presented. I'm not getting personal, I'm not deriding or denigrating anybody. I'm just calling it like I see it when asked, or when it's a part of my job. That's what I do for a living, and last time I checked, there's a whole bunch of people out here trying to do what I do.
And as Stephen A. wrapped his words in praise and heartbreak, it became clear. This wasn't just one bad night. This was a statement, and it's one that demands a response, not just from fans, but from Floyd Mayweather himself.
Absolutely not. It was a bogus decision. The thing that I'm depressed about right now is the fact that I don't have the 3 names and a mugshot of each of those officials for the crime that they committed by robbing Manny Pacquiao tonight.
And speaking of Floyd, let's talk about what Pacquiao had to say next. As the dust settled and the boxing world tried to make sense of the Pacquiao-Barrios draw, former world champion Shawn Porter couldn't hide his disgust. Sitting ringside, watching every exchange closely, Porter didn't see a split fight. He saw a clear winner.
It was really hard for me to give Mario rounds. I thought that, Manny is a systematic fighter. He works, jab, 1-2s. He's always leading with the straight left. I don't feel like Mario took control, took charge at any points. I don't know if he outlanded them at any point in any rounds. It was hard. It's really hard to see from where I was at. But all in all, I just felt like it was, if you had a meter, it was really swaying Manny's way the whole way. So I don't know, man. I think it's bad judging, incompetence as usual, I think, and
a statement echoing what fans, fighters, and analysts are all starting to agree on. This wasn't just a draw, it was a disgrace. Another chapter in boxing's long history of controversial scorecards. And Manny Pacquiao, once again, caught in the crossfire. And that's the painful truth. Manny Pacquiao did everything right. He trained like a savage at 46 years old, came off a 4-year layoff, stepped straight into a fight with a reigning world champion. He fought with heart, skill, timing, and above all, intent. He won rounds. He rocked the crowd. He lit up the MGM Grand like it was 2008 all over again. He didn't pick a soft touch. He didn't ask for favors. He earned that win the hard way. And yet, the judges turned a victory into a draw. Let's be real, this wasn't just a misread. This was a blueprint we've seen too many times. A business-first boxing system that forgets the blood, sweat, and sacrifice when it's time to read the cards. A system where names, networks, and market moves outweigh the actual fight we just watched. Because if Manny Pacquiao, a global icon, an 8-division champion, a man who's given his life to this sport, can still get robbed in plain sight, then what does that say about the state of boxing? This wasn't just a bad night. This was a red flag, a moment that reminded us that greatness isn't enough anymore, that records can't protect you, that respect gets overruled by revenue. But here's the twist. Pacquiao didn't walk out defeated. He walked out with the crowd chanting his name. He walked out still dangerous, still sharp, still able to demand the biggest fight in the world. And now the question isn't whether Manny deserves a rematch with Barrios. The question is, does Floyd Mayweather have the guts to answer the call one last time? Because if this is the level Pacquiao's still operating at, 46 years old, 4 years removed, fighting champions, and still getting denied, then maybe, just maybe, it's time to give the people what they've been waiting for. No judges, no politics, no excuses. Just legacy versus legacy. Mayweather Pacquiao II. We'll be watching.